'cause you only listen to your fuck. I don't relate to you. No, I don't. I don't relate to you, no. 'Cause I'd never treat me this shitty. You made me hate this city, no. And I don't talk shit about you on the internet. Never told anyone anything bad, 'cause that shit's embarrassing. You were my everything. All that you did was make me fucking sad. So don't waste the time I don't have. Oh, and don't try to make me feel bad. I could talk about every time that you showed up on time. I'd have an empty line, 'cause you never did. Never paid any mind to my mother or friends, so I shut them all out for you, 'cause I was a kid. You ruined everything good. Always said you were misunderstood. Made all my moments your own. Just fucking leave me alone.
Let's go. Let's go. We are killing it. We are living our best life. I hope you're doing well. Hold on, let me turn this down. Because I don't know how much you guys can hear. Yeah, no, you guys can still. Yeah, you guys can still hear me. Okay, we got it. Hi. Hello. Hi, Thorn. Hi, Balls. Hi, Yogi. Hi, Cal. Much love, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here and just vibing with me. And I'm really excited for today's episode. It's gonna be fun. More about JD, right? So let's just get into it, right? So today was inspired and sorry, hold on. So today was inspired by sadness, but I'm not going to be talking about it necessarily just about what we all know sadness to be. Everybody thinks it's a one-trick pony, but everything has its benefits, So what I want to start off with is I read this horoscope earlier today, and it's really good. So this one was mine specifically. So it says, it scares you when life seems like it's slipping through your fingers and you can't slow it down. But it isn't life that's playing tricks on you. You aren't seeing things as clearly as you should be. You feel a little left out, but don't worry, you're just out of energy. Try and think of this empty feeling inside as a kind of purification or a much needed break from everything. So it says there's a lot to unpack here. But my association with this is life slipping through your fingers too fast, but you're not. Jesus Christ, I can't even read. Okay. It's basically saying life is going really quick, but it's not life's fault. You're not thinking as clearly as you should. And even though you feel a little bit left out, you're just tired. So that's basically what I'm getting out of it. Think of the emptiness as purification or as a much needed break from life. And it is interesting how it says that. It says specifically the emptiness that we can all feel at times, and that just not necessarily sadness, but the just nothingness of feeling. And of course, my mind, JD's not joking. Of course, we're gonna have some not joking moments in here, of course. But just, you guys know, and we're gonna get into a whole story about how, my dad and stuff like that. But when I lost him, I didn't feel anything. There were times where I couldn't even cry. You know what I mean? Like, there wasn't anything. And slowly but surely after that happened, I got into drinking and smoking, not for any specific reason other than to take away that emptiness, that feeling that I felt, which very well led to depression. And I probably was the very start of depression, where you just feel this like weight, and it's funny because it's heavy, but it's empty. It's hollow at the same time. And I just wanted to get rid of it. I didn't know why it was there. I didn't know how it got there. I didn't know anything other than I just wanted to go away. And I, I asked people that I cared about and people who I was close to about, about weed. Well, they told me about weed, at that time I didn't know anything really, but so that's why I started drinking and that's why I started smoking, because it was the first time that empty feeling, that hollow feeling wasn't really there. Like, it was there, but in my mind it wasn't there. It was like I was just playing, yes, cow. I was just playing this game inside my own head, and for a long time. And it wasn't reality. It wasn't a situation that anybody would want to be in. But when you lose anybody that you've ever fucking cared about, or anybody that you ever thought cared about you, you don't really have a direction. Nothing matters. You know what I mean? You don't see a purpose in life, because that, you know what I mean, that was the purpose. So getting more into this, life's slipping through your fingers too fast, but it isn't life playing tricks on you. You can't see as clearly as you should. You feel left out. You're just tired. That is so powerful right there, because a lot of the time when we're out of energy and we're not taking care of ourselves the way we should be and the way we need to be, that's where the sadness starts to come from. A lot of that sadness is just coming from normal things that you're not doing. You know what I mean? Like brushing your teeth or washing your hands after you go to the bathroom. It's like just basic necessities. If you aren't even doing that, the sadness can fester up. That empty feeling can fester up because your body's trying to tell you that it needs something. And if you ignore it, you'll continue to have issues. You'll continue to have aches, whatever the situation might be. And the point is, you're just tired. Your body's tired. You're mentally tired, and you don't know what to do or how to cope with that. But all you have to do is start with the basics. Brush your teeth, wash your hands, make a dinner, make a meal. Whether it's big, whether it's small, it doesn't even matter. It just means do something. So try not to think about, oh, I'm going to have to do this. And it's like this massive thing that you have to mentally prepare yourself for. Don't think about that. Don't think about what you're going to have to do. Think about what you need to do, which is something. And if you can focus on doing something, that will be a tremendous help in that. Because it's just your body telling you and trying to tell you that it's tired. Yes, let's go. So getting into this a little bit deeper, when I first started drinking and smoking, which I'm sure I have a clip over here that we can watch. We can watch a couple clips. We can watch a couple clips, which will be fun. Okay, follow me this way. Which will be fun. Which will be fun. Don't I sound like so much fun? Okay. Here. Alright, so this is when I first started. So I'm obviously drunk in this, I think. Not close, pretty drunk. I'm getting there. And this was 2 years ago.
I'll show my face to Jetty Rock's friend by the
Hi,
name
Mikey.
Izzy, with them boss ass nails and that bitchin' makeup.
Bro, they literally only came to my stream for her a lot of the time.
Next time I have a beard.
Good. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, okay. It's beneficial. It's official. Clip it right the fuck now. Okay, I'm
No, I
obviously.
don't.
That wasn't even. That was probably not the best clip to show. Okay, so. Here's a better clip. So this is when I first started streaming. This was my first setup. This was my childhood home. If you see the drum set in the back. I mean, my dad was a musician, so that's why I know anything about music. But Jesus. And basically, I did whatever people wanted. I was so sad. I was really, really depressed. This is the beginning of the depression, and that emptiness that we're all talking about here. And that emptiness that we're all talking about here. Oh my god. Long it'll take, and I'm gonna be giving birth soon, and you know, whenever that happens, like a week before, when I schedule when I'm giving birth, you know, like what day I have to go to the hospital and stuff like that, I will stop streaming. Jesus Christ, this is crazy. But basically, the points of all of that, really different kind of crazy. Yeah. No, I just mentally, it was just empty. So the further we go into this, we gotta really ask ourselves questions. What does sadness give us? Why was I so addicted to being sad for so long? And how I can still sometimes get myself to that level where sadness is just, sometimes it feels like the only option is to be sad. Why is that? So let's get into it. So sadness shows you feelings of disadvantage. So if you're not taking care of yourself and just the basic needs, necessities, your body is going to let you know that and tell you, and it's going to be uncomfortable, whatever the case may be. And that's the start of that. Then it can also go into loss, despair, grief, helplessness, disappointment, sorrow. A lot of these feelings they just turn into depression. But sometimes when you take those signs of sadness and you convince yourself that it's something else and you create an entirely new reality for yourself, so meaning you're actually sad but you're telling yourself that you're not, these are only going to get worse. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to warn you about. That's what this whole thing I wanted to make it about, was that empty feeling is sometimes necessary. And you shouldn't be afraid of it. And it's your body trying to tell you something. And just as long as you're paying attention. So what does sadness give to us? It improves our attention to outside details, reduce judgmental bias, increase persistence in doing something, not delaying success, promotes generosity, reminds us of what's important, triggers effort and motivation. Sadness is a signal that something isn't right. And that's what I'm saying. Sadness is just a feeling. It is not something to be scared of. It's something to be acknowledged, to really understand what's happening and what's going on around you, and not only in yourself, but around and people around you as well. So going over these, a couple of the ones that I really appreciate is reminds us of what's important. Sadness really can humble us down in a lot of ways, depending on the situation, of course. It just humbles us down, and it lets us know that the world doesn't revolve around us. And that's just such a beautiful message to constantly learn all the time. And if you can't humble yourself down, life will humble you down, because there's a balance, you know. Good evening, JD. Hi, Air Knight. Thank you for being live and being a friend. Been a tough day overall, but you bring the sunshine and light to the evening to make it better. Oh, thank you so much, Air Knight. Sadness gives us perspective, reflection, memories, reaction, and vulnerability. Our bodies act sometimes in a chemical reaction, yeah. Clinging to things that bring temporary joy, but only temporary. We are in control of our destiny to manifest the best possible us we can put forth. Oh, I appreciate that, Air Knight. That's really nice. Yeah. No, I agree in a lot of ways. I just know, not only in different generations, generational sadness, you know, but even now, people, when they get sad, they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know what to do. They weren't taught tools. They didn't even want to teach themselves. They didn't even want to learn it, you know, whatever the case may be. Maybe they can't learn it. And if you don't understand those tools, as you age and as you grow older, every time you feel sad, you're not going to handle it. You're not going to be able to handle it. You're not going to be able to get yourself out of it if you wanted to. You're going to be stuck there until somebody helps you, or you get yourself out. You basically, and that's really what it comes down to. You can't help somebody that doesn't want to help themselves. And sadness, there are people that use sadness as attention getting, you know. They're, you know, oh, feel bad for me, like, feel bad for me, you know what I mean? But at the same time, when they're saying, like, feel bad for me, they're not listening to a sentence that's coming out of your mouth. They refuse to support you. They act all nice, maybe in Discord or even maybe in person, but when you look at the facts, they don't support you. They don't want to support you, and they definitely don't want to be your friend. And I've already come to terms with, like, I'm good with no friends. You know, I'm good with no friends if that's what it comes down to, because, like, my friends, like, it just has to be right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't let people into my life. And I was talking to somebody recently, and they were talking about, like, all of their friends and how this one likes this one, and how this one, you know, caused a little drama, and, like, and it made me realize, like, how much I don't talk to people, and how all the friends that I don't have. Do you get what I mean? And at first I felt like maybe sad, because, like, I do really well in groups of people, and, like, I love being around people. But sometimes in that empty feeling that we're talking about, that slight sadness, or, you know, I just don't do well about it. Like, I'm just so honest, and I just don't care if it's just not relevant. And that's what I'm realizing as I age. Sadness is looking different. If I'm not open-minded, if I'm not willing to listen to the person that is speaking to me about whatever, if I just respect, I can't sleep at night. Like, I legit can't sleep at night. And it's hard for me. It's really difficult, because I can't go to sleep at night if I fucked over somebody I care about. You know what I mean? Like, I would not be able to, like, live with myself. So it puts a list of things that I have to do or can't do, or things like that, just to be able to live with myself at the end of the night. Now, that moral compass, not everybody has that. So when sadness hits certain people, that moral compass, it goes different ways for different people. There's people that believe certain things are right when they're not, and there's people that believe things that are not right are actually right just because it benefits them. And I realize, like, a lot of the time nobody's thinking about anybody else. Everybody just wants to think about themselves and then tell themselves whatever they want to tell themselves before they go to bed to make them feel like they're a good person. But at the end of the day, if you're not doing the right things, if you're not doing good things, you're not a good person. And if that's how you want to live, you can live like that. But you will live in sadness. That's what I'm saying. That's the point. If you see all of these cutting corners, and that's fine. You can live like that. But you'll be sad. You'll feel loss, despair, grief, helplessness, disappointment, sorrow, feelings of disadvantage. And you'll never really understand why. And then you'll continue with living the rest of your life, never dealing with your issues. And then wondering why you're sick. Maybe you end up getting sick, and you just don't know why this happened. And I mean, not dealing with your problems isn't going to give you cancer or something like that, but not taking care of yourself opens your mind, opens your body, opens your soul and your spirit up for things that are not good. And the people you surround yourself with matter so much. Being able to take care of yourself, even when chaos is happening around you, it is so important. Because why? If you don't, you will live in sadness. And that will be your life. And that'll be the rest of it. And as much as people like me want to help, I can't help people that don't want to help themselves. I can't help. I just can't. You know what I mean? It'll bring me down. And there is my boundaries and my limits, just between anybody that I talk to in my life, and IRL for sure. And there's limits to that, because I'm not gonna allow myself to be taken advantage of, and then doing that, when you lose a friend, everybody knows what it feels like to lose a friend, but sometimes you have to lose a friend, you know what I mean? You can't sit there and play pretend for however much longer, you know what I mean? If something is making you sad and something is making you feel that you have a disadvantage, you feel life is going too fast and it's slipping through your fingers and you can't grab it enough, and you feel empty and you feel tired and you don't understand how to handle those feelings, it starts with just being sad. If you're sad, be sad. If you're happy, be happy. That's the point. It is being in the moment and understanding who you are and why you are the way you are right now, today, in this moment in time. And if you are not capable or able to do that, your body will slowly but surely deteriorate in its own way. And you will experience feelings of disadvantage, loss, despair, grief, helplessness, disappointment, and sorrow. Plus more other things too. Sometimes you gotta love someone enough to let them go. Exactly, exactly. I completely agree with you. Yeah, and it's never easy. It's never easy. I've had to let go a lot of people in my life. A lot of people, and I'll probably have to let go of a lot more. And it's never easy. It's never going to be easy, especially when you're, depending on the person you are, if you just naturally care, if you just naturally give a fuck, you just need to be aware of how you work, because people take advantage of that. People take advantage of people that have nothing but love, people with nothing but kindness. People take advantage of that. And it's possible to not be taken advantage of in those situations, But it just takes a lot of understanding, and you'll have to understand both sides in order to do that. But the point of all of this, sadness makes us think about ourselves. Sadness makes us think about ourselves, which make us want rewards to replace our loss. That was an amazing hit right there. You gotta meet the wrong people to meet the right. Yeah, sometimes. And so it depends on the situation, but yeah. Yeah, gotta be vulnerable at some point. Exactly. I completely agree. I'll read that again. That was like crazy. Sadness makes us think about ourselves. That's why we are addicted to it. That's why there are so many people addicted to sadness. They're treating sadness like a fucking drug, puncturing themselves with it every single day on purpose, and saying to themselves that that's not what they're doing. But that's what they're doing. They might not understand that that's what they're doing, but that's what they're doing. And that is why sadness is its own type of drug. People treat it like its own kind of drug, to get attention, to feel cared about, to feel wanted, to feel like somebody gives a shit about them. They take advantage of those things all of the time. There are people that will be sad for the rest of their life because it gave them a career, it gave them friends, it gave them everything they thought they wanted. So they're never gonna not want to be sad. Sadness is a part of who they are now. And they're okay with that, and they're fine with that, And it's just a baffling thing, and it works for some people, Like I said, understanding who you are, you can do anything, but that's the main reason. So sadness makes us think about ourselves, which makes us want rewards to replace our loss. Listen, no money in this world, no materialistic shit, no none of this. Fake friendships, fake all of this shit. Like, none of that matters. None of it matters. And filling yourself up with whatever the fuck to try to hide your loss is not going to work. And you will find yourself 20, 40 years down the road sad because you didn't want to deal with the problem. And I get passionate about it, and I feel angry about it because people do it to themselves every day, and they ask people like me for help, and they wonder, how did I get here, when they were the ones that put them there the entire time. You did this to yourself for years. I did that to myself. I hurt, there are so many things I'm not proud of, but I did all of the time because it made me feel something. Once upon a time, alcohol, weed, whatever the fuck, people, sex, it saved my life. It saved my life. I didn't understand what life was, and I didn't understand that sadness is what I was feeling. But those things made me want to keep going. And people abusing those things it's not alcohol's fault that people abuse it. It's not drugs' fault that people abuse it. It's not anybody on this entire planet's fault. That it's not any of that shit's fault that people choose to do the things that they do with it, and at some point or another you are going to be held accountable. You will face each and every choice that you've made, and if you can look at yourself in the mirror and say that you're proud of who you are today, and you are proud of the man or woman that you have become, I believe that then and only then will you be able to start a road to happiness and start to fill that emptiness, it'll be patched, but you'll start to find things that actually fit, and things start to make sense, and you're not doing the same thing every day, and every day is excitement. And it's tough. It's tough, and it's not easy to do. It took me a good 3 years. And even going off of that, even you can even push it to 6. You can even push it to 6 years, and I haven't even really started my happiness until this past year. So ideally 6 years, and I'm still finding my purpose, and I'm still finding my worth, and I'm still trying to fill that hole, and I'm still trying to think of the emptiness as purification. And that's what it is. What is this emptiness, sadness taught me? That I'm strong, I'm humble, true gratefulness. You don't just look at somebody that has less than you and then say you're grateful. Being grateful is being grateful for what you have, and only you, and you're just grateful for that because you have it, it's awesome. Nobody wants to be sad, and some people are sad for attention, and that's okay too. Yeah. Western luxury problem, being able to think about emotions. Right? No, it is difficult. But because it's difficult to face our emotions, that's why nobody's doing it. And then they're wondering why they're sad. What? But you know what I'm saying? It's holding yourself accountable. And if you're not honest with anybody on this planet, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself, truly and brutally honest. If you want happiness, actual happiness, you're gonna have to do it. You can't keep running. And all of those things that you don't want to do because maybe you're lazy, maybe you aren't motivated, maybe you're depressed, whatever the case may be, you gotta fight it. You gotta get up and you gotta fight it if you want any kind of happiness. If you want to keep living the life that you're living, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you want more, if you want something better, if you want something that actually exists, you're gonna have to start with being accountable. And understand that what you're feeling is okay. You're allowed to feel how you're feeling. You have every right to feel how you're feeling right now. Love you, JD. Oh, I love you too, Blammers. Much love. Yeah. But it's not easy. But yeah. Sadness makes us think about ourselves, which makes us want to which makes us want rewards to replace our loss. So, what does this all mean? I know what you guys are thinking. What does this all mean, JD? What this all means is pertaining to me. Have I been feeling that empty feeling? Yes. I have been feeling that empty feeling. And sometimes when you're feeling empty, you just start, like, fuck this. Like, the screens are too bright. Like, I'm so fucking tired. I've been studying. I'm stream. I go to the gym. I make my meals now. Like, I take care of my daughter. I'm gonna watch her tomorrow. I have to walk my dog. Like, all of these things, and it's so, when I get to this empty feeling and slight sadness, it's so easy to bitch. It is so easy to bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch, and you really feel like in your mind that's making you feel better a little bit, right? No, it's not. You might be getting a temporary satisfaction, whatever, but until you fully talk about how you're feeling with somebody, even yourself, and be honest with yourself, it's not going to go away. You have to talk to yourself and understand what's going on. Because if you ignore it, this is what happens. This is what will happen to you. And you will be stuck there until you decide to get out. And know how to get out. You know? And it's not easy. But have I been feeling that? Yes. Have I been feeling it? Yeah. But I realize that it does, right? I realize that I'm just tired. Listen to what it said. Listen to what it said. Life skipping through your fingers too fast, but it isn't life that is playing tricks. You can't see as clearly as you should. You feel left out, but you're just tired. Think of the emptiness as purification or a much needed break from life. That emptiness, that sadness, it is necessary. It is adding that purification to your life that is needed, that is necessary, that is going to help you get to the next level. Every level that you get to move up, right? Every level you get to move up, you also have to move down. You also have to humble yourself. You also have to go a level higher and a level lower. You have to understand a bigger scope on both sides, including sadness, including happiness. All of it. And that's what it's, remember, when you're feeling this feeling, you're just tired. You gotta get some sleep, Sometimes you don't need to let yourself bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch. Sometimes you need to remind yourself that you need a shower. Maybe a bubble bath. That's where we should go. Our mind shouldn't be, oh, I'm sad, let me bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch. No. Hey, I'm sad. I'm gonna go take a well-deserved nap and then read a book. Or whatever it might be. That's where it should go. Because that will create happiness. And then whenever you do maybe bitch a little bit, you're going to realize how silly it might be or how much better you feel. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing to bitch. You can bitch and bitch and bitch. We're free to do that, right? But is that helpful? Is that helpful? Are you helping? Let's really think about that and try again, Thank you so much for the 3-stream streak, Blammers. I appreciate you. Life has never been easier. Love it. Being able to think about life and philosophy, about emotions is a big luxury. For sure. For sure. I completely agree with you. I appreciate that. Much love, Blammers. Yes, cow. But yeah. And that's how I got out of it the first time. The first time I felt that emptiness and that sadness, I drank my way and smoked my way through a lot of it, but it taught me a lot, and it gave me a lot of experience with different things. So, but what was it that made me want to get out of it? I was in that for 3 years. Going on, 6 of sadness, if you really think about it, but for a good 3 years. What made me want to get out of that sadness? And that reason is different for everybody. I am fully aware of that. My reason, personally, I had a daughter. I found out I was pregnant. And I didn't know what to do. I was scared. I was terrified. 21 21 years old, and I'm just like, am I doing the right thing? Like, I'm literally terrified. I just got kicked out of my house. I didn't, in that moment, I didn't know if I had a place to live. And it was either fight for the sadness and fight for that emptiness that I was feeling for so long, or get up and do something and survive, take care of yourself, figure it out. And between those two, I figured it the fuck out. Now, was it perfect? Am I perfect? No. But everybody needs to figure out life in their own way, at their own time, on their own agenda, and just do it. Just make a decision and do it, and stick with it, and be confident, and really always believe in yourself. You have to be your biggest fan. 1,010%. You have to be your biggest fan, because nobody's going to help you. If you want to get out of that emptiness, get out of it. Believe it or not, the door has been open the whole time. You've just been sitting down there. But the door has been open the whole time for you to get up and walk through it. And it was the best decision I ever made. It was one of the scariest decisions I've ever made in my life. Pretty terrifying. Because once you feel that emptiness and that sadness, you just get comfortable. You get comfortable, and you start to tell yourself that you feel safe and nothing can hurt me here. But in reality, you're hurting yourself, the whole time. I always give you guys the analogy of, like, if you're walking down the street and you see somebody stab themselves in the stomach, like, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you can do. At the end of the day, somebody stabbed themselves in the stomach. We can call 911 and we can help, but can we prevent them from stabbing themselves in the stomach again? No. That's why we gotta work on this, So if you're just tired, if you're feeling that empty feeling, do something. And you'll feel a lot better. But so what was my something? What was my something, you guys? What did I do? So I've been feeling this kind of empty feeling, and I'm ready to get out of it. So I made an appointment. On Tuesday to go get my hair done. It's been a while. Getting my hair done is a very therapeutic thing for me. I haven't done it in a while. You guys can see how much my hair has grown out. But it's time. I need to take care of myself. I need to take better care of myself. I've been living here for, we've been here for about a month now, you guys. And moving constantly, living with, changing my living environment this many times when you have brain damage is really hard. It's really tough because you have a lot of things as well as, like, I need to practice driving, but now I'm in a new area. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of anxiety. It's a lot of anxiety. And when I start to get overwhelmed, I start to feel that emptiness, that sadness come up. And I have to remember what? What do I have to remember? I'm just tired. You're just tired. Don't forget that. Before you go off into a bitch, remember, you're just tired. Take care of yourself, however that is, The question is, what is the something to do? It's different for everybody. Blammers. For me, the right answer is do something therapeutic. So take a bubble bath, go get my hair done, get my nails done even. Just something, or go shopping, or just something where I can really let myself be myself, and get something nice for myself. It's fun. I love shopping. I love getting my hair done. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And since I haven't done it in so long, like, I know that that's my next step. Like, that's my something. You know what I mean? But for everybody, it's different. So I know some people, their something is playing video games. Maybe going out with the boys. Maybe getting dinner, like actual dinner. Maybe it's go to the Crab Shack. You know what I mean? Or, I'm making shit up, but everybody's something is different. There's also other people that, make music. Maybe you need to really immerse yourself with a new idea that you've never done before and really give yourself absolute freedom to try new things. That can be really therapeutic within music. That I know a lot of people, that is their something. But you could have more than one something. There's so many options. And just when you think you've tried it all and you're, oh, I just don't have a something. Everybody has a something. If you say you don't have a something, then you just want to be sad. If you don't want to find your something to help you out of that sadness, then you don't want to get out of the sadness. Do you get what I'm saying? When you actually want to not be sad anymore, your answer will be seen. You'll see it because it's been there the entire time. You just have to want it. And it'll appear in your mind or whatever the case may be. But yeah, everybody's something's different. And sometimes it's difficult to even find a something. But like I said, you can't help somebody that doesn't want to help themselves. You can't force a horse to drink water. You can bring it to the water. But it's just how it is, but that's just a part of life. So, wow. Did we like it? I got room for some questions if anybody has any questions. If you don't have any questions, that's fine. But we did it. Another episode in the bag. I thought this was a lot of fun. I really wanted to talk about the emptiness feeling because I've been feeling it lately. It's difficult. Like, who you surround yourself with matters so much. It really does. But sometimes you only have so many choices, so it's tough. Woo, we did it. Yay. Yeah, no, I hope that was helpful. In all reality, I really hope that was helpful. A lot of people forget that sadness is a choice. It is a choice. And if you don't want to be sad, you don't have to be sad. And taking that accountability, just everything we talked about. It is absolutely amazing, absolutely so true. That is also a reality that I've had to really be real with myself about. Like, damn, like, hey, JD, you're not making the right choices. You could be making better choices. Like, yeah, you're making great choices and you're making a lot of good choices, but you could be making better choices. And, yeah, I feel that. It's difficult, but I feel that. So, what is my something? I made an appointment. That's my start to make a better decision. And that's one out of many decisions I'll be making. Saying sadness is a choice is too easy. It sounds like it, right? It's not easy at all. But yeah, no matter how hard something is, it's never going to not be what it is. Do you get what I mean? Sometimes when something is really hard and really difficult, people they want to believe that, oh, it's something different, it's something so complex, it's like, oh, it's not what it originally was anymore, now it's turned into something so much bigger, and all of that is just happening in your head. That's not reality. That's the reality in your mind. That's not what's actually happening. That's what you're choosing to happen. It's all about perspective. It's super cool. It's super cool. And once you start looking at your actions in third person, and you start asking yourself, like, why did I move that pen? Why did I do that? Well, I didn't like where it was placed. That's something that I've learned about myself. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, speaking about yourself and to yourself sometimes in third person can teach you a lot about yourself and why you make the choices that you make, for sure. I have felt the emptiness feeling back during 2021. It led to me going to therapy and learning to love myself again. Oh, I love that. I've let the world for so many years tell me what I should be instead of just being myself. Exactly, Blammers. I love that. I love that, you guys. Thank you so much for typing that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really what it is. I've let the world for so many years, and people do. It's okay. It is normal. It's not your fault. We were all babies. We were all babies at one point who didn't know what to do. We are the product of however many generations that have already passed. It is a mix of who we are and who we are choosing to become, as well as choices that have already been made for us a long time ago. And understanding those different choices and which ones are which and which ones are decisions and who I am now and who I've always been. I mean, it's tough to ever feel like a whole version of yourself, because of how many people tell you things that you don't need to know or hear or believe, but that's the point. With everything that is thrown at you, with every person that questions who you are, with every obstacle, with every moment of sadness, you learn, you grow, you get benefits from it. You're more aware of your outside details. You reduce judgmental bias. You increase persistence. You stop giving up so much, and you don't delay success. You help success. You promote generosity. There are so many benefits to allowing sadness to come into your life at the right moment, at the right time. When you're sad, be sad, because what you can gain from it is far more important than a couple tears, than however many tears, maybe even 1,000 tears. It's just a part of that personality development, and it's just so powerful. We are all so powerful, and we're capable of so much, and a lot of it we're not even fully aware of what we're capable of. But I guess that's my thing to help. I want to give you guys all of my information, and whenever that day comes and I pass away, and I want to know that I did everything that I could possibly do to help people find themselves easier than they ever could, and cut through the years of bullshit and really get to the point of what life is and what it's supposed to be and how you're supposed to live without necessarily religion. Religion helps you in a lot of ways get there, but is religion the end all be all? No. And can we find a way without religion to get to the same place that we want to get to? Yes. And that's what I want to help with. And that's what these videos are for. And that's why I share my life. And that's why I do the things I do, because I want to help the world on a bigger scale than anybody has ever tried to. And I know people have tried to. I get it. But I like to think that I'm going to do it in a way that nobody's ever thought of, you know? So I just have to keep going. And so do you. So do you. You have to keep going as well. Don't give up. Don't give up, you know? Feel that sadness. Be sad. Yeah. I'm excited for my hair appointment. Did we talk about that? Yeah, I'm excited. Do you guys know what hair color I'm going to? Me either. I don't know what hair color I'm gonna have, but it's gonna look great. I sure hope so. I mean, I always look great, so yeah. Keep it a surprise. Yeah, it'll be fun. I'll keep it a surprise for sure. Yeah, so that's helpful for sure. I also I also need to smoke less. I also need to get back on my schedule. I've kind of been off of it. Very gang, let's go. Very cash money. Yes, we did it. I hope you guys fucking really enjoyed this podcast. I had a lot of fun with it. I gave you guys some personal stories and techniques that, you know, help me on a daily basis. Whenever I feel sad or empty, don't forget, you feel empty, your body is tired. You're just tired. Mentally, emotionally, physically. Do something. And that is, if you take anything away from this, that's what we should take away. But yeah, and I will see you guys next week. Quit lacking. It's okay. It's okay to slack sometimes. Well, anyways, we are going to go see a friend of mine. His name is E-Web. He is absolutely cool. Please go check him out. I'm going to go say hi. I'm going to be there as well. And I just really appreciate all of the support and the love. And I will see you guys next week for another fun-filled week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoon are going to be music streams, and Friday is going to be the podcast. So let's kill it. Let's do it. Woo woo. Bye, cow. Much love, you guys. Got legs. Yes. Bye, you guys.
Killing something when you hit pirates in this thing, you can kind of like gamble a little bit with it. JD with a rate of 4. Let's go. Let me give you a shout out here in a minute, JD. Let me give you a quick shout out here. Give you a good quick old shout out here for you in a second once I get this round cleared out. Much love, my dudes. Hell yeah, JD, how was your stream? Get him. Sir Jerbear, I'm going to. Jerbear, I will. I'll do it for you, just for you, man. Using the sniper rifle. Look at this thing.